All right. So this is a 1 hour trading strategy, but there are some proposed ground rules. Okay. So this is proposed ground rules are: one, attendance. Somebody missing 2 consecutive classes in a row is a clear dismissal. Okay, we explained yesterday the reasons behind it, but we shall not bulge on that unless there are some emergencies and so on. And even then, the other conditions must apply. If one will be away, they must inform me 2 hours before the next class. Okay, and then there'll be assignments, effectively assignments from today. All assignments must be submitted latest 2 hours before the next class. So the next class will actually be on Wednesday, which means you'll have an assignment today that is due on Wednesday, or rather 2 hours before Wednesday. And the class starts at exactly 9 p.m. Okay. And going forward, there'll be no exception. If you're late, the class will be locked. All right. And I also went through this, and this is the curriculum we shall use. We shall be looking at the market structure, which is uptrends, downtrends, current high, current low of an impulse. We shall be looking at ascending and descending patterns, and we shall be looking at change of direction, which is a small break, medium-sized break, large break, and then we shall look at the entry, okay, valid entry, valid trade setups, which includes the entry point, the watch outs, red zone rejection, and then the trading plan. Okay. So again, for those who are coming in now, effective the next class, if you come late, you will probably not be allowed to enter the class. The class starts at 9 o'clock, so you need to be here at least 2 or 3 minutes latest before the class begins, because we are trying to squeeze everything in half an hour. So there'll be no luxury of people coming in 2 or 3 minutes after, or 5 minutes after. Definitely not 5. All right. Having said that, I will jump right in to the class. So I'll stop sharing this. Okay. And this is the class. Okay. All right. Anyway, I'm going to start the class now, but essentially, okay, why is this not showing? All right, this is the next slide. So, or the first slide. Okay, so this one is for the benefit of those who are wondering, what do we mean by swing trading? So it is up to you to try and do your own reading to find out more who is a swing trader. But in general, what we are having is you as a scalper, okay? A scalper is somebody who holds trades for a few seconds to a few minutes at most, okay? And day traders usually pick a side at the beginning of the day, act on their bias, and then finish the day with either a profit or a loss. Basically, they trade during the day, and they normally pick a bias, where they're going to be buying or they're going to be selling for the day. Then we have the swing traders, which is what we are trying to practice now. Okay? These are those people that like to hold on to trades for several days to several weeks at a time. Well, it could have added even a few hours. It could be a few hours. And then there is position traders. Position traders are actually people who Okay, people are still bugging me. So position traders are people who take a position. They take a position, okay? Okay, there are people who are coming in late. Today, I'll make an exception. They're really interfering with the class, with the flow of the class. But as they come in, we'll stop any more admissions. All right. So this really is up for you. You'll have to go and read this so you can understand more the types of traders and who you are. Okay. So the next slide is about the market structure. And on this market structure, or this slide, it summarizes pretty much everything that you're going to be learning in this course. So this is a very, 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 very important slide, right? So when somebody says we have a market structure, okay, in this particular setup, okay, what are we saying? Okay, we are saying that the way the market moves, we want to understand the way the market moves, because as the way the market moves, at certain points, it actually triggers certain decisions to be made. Okay, and this is why I drew this to kind of walk you through it, to walk you through how the market moves. Okay, so first, before I do that, I just wanted to let you know that the market does. Okay, I'm going to use a marker here. So typically, when the markets move, okay, when the markets, as you see them in the charts, they're always going like this, like that, like that, like that. Okay, but the truth of the matter is, in reality, it's a different thing altogether. Okay, so we say that the market, this is a trend. This is like an uptrend, all right? And then this is a downtrend. And then this, we can say that actually the market is consolidating. Usually, in the typical markets, about a third of the time, the market tends to be in a trend, okay? Sometimes we call that expansion, okay, an expansion phase. So this one here is an uptrend. Okay, we call it an expansion phase. So even if it was going down, it is still considered an expansion phase, okay? Because it might go down way below where it was here, all right? So that is about a third of the time the market expands. Then when the market gets to a point where it is consolidating, okay, sometimes they call it ranging or contracting. For the purposes of our course, we shall call this a red zone, basically a no-go zone. I know when we were doing scalping, this was okay with us, but for this course, we shall call this a red zone. Okay, so you remember that, red zone. That means it is a no-go zone when the market starts going up and down, up and down, up and down. Okay? And we'll also tell you how to detect when the market has gone to a red zone. All right. Then a third of the time, the market seems to be either in transition between the trend and the contracting phase, you know, or the red zone. So it's not quite exactly defined, okay? So, and that's why when we are trading, or depending on the type of trader you are, you have to be cognizant of those three phases of the market, okay? But for us, we'll be more concerned about the trending phase. Okay, our goal is to catch the trends. Okay, when the market is trending, going up and up and up and up and up, we want to enter at the beginning of that trend. That's why this trend, or rather, this strategy is actually a trend trading strategy. Okay, so having said that, I will jump right into what we're expecting. What are we expecting when we are doing this trading? Well, our goal will be to look at the markets and try and figure out certain things. I have made it easier for you to be able to see what we are looking at. Okay. So as the market goes up and down, up and down, up and down, there are certain things we shall be looking for. Okay. So assuming the market was going like this, down, you know, and then it starts going down like that, something happens around here. There will be a pattern. So right now, don't worry so much about how that pattern will look like, but there will be a pattern and you will know it. And we call it a descending pattern. Why? Because this market is going down like that. So it's a descending pattern, but when it reaches its low point, what it does, it turns around. Okay, as it turns around, the fact that we have this descending pattern, it's a signal that the market would actually be turning around. Okay, and you will learn more about this maybe in the next or next classes that are coming. So because here at the descending pattern, you'll find it's something like this. Okay, and when the markets do this, usually it's a sign that it's about to actually turn around. And so this market will come down, and then we can say that it has turned at that point. When the market has turned at that point, we are very concerned. First, once we see this descending pattern, okay, and the market has turned, we want to make sure that this is a confident turn, okay? All right, but we'll only know that as it turns and hits the current low, or rather the current high, sorry, the current high. When we hit the current high, again, at that point, you look at that point Y. That point Y, we look at that point Y. That's a point of interest. Why? Because we want to know how it broke. How is it breaking that point? Okay. It can break either as a large break, it can break as a medium break, it can break as a small break. Okay. You will learn those details later. But once it breaks, okay, for many of you who have traded before, there's what we call a break and retest. This strategy relies heavy on that because our goal is to try and catch the trend that is going to go up this way. Okay. Our goal is to catch this trend right at the beginning, right at the source. So this market will go up a little bit and then it will come back down and re-enter. Okay, and that is the entry. So the entry there would be a buy limit because we are going up. Okay. Now, I will repeat the same for downwards. Okay. So now again, this current high and current low, we shall be marking. On the next slide, I'll actually share what we mean by those current high and current low. Okay. We'll have established that as this market is going up, every time it goes up and then it comes down, we say that is a high, becomes a current high. Okay. If it goes up again, okay, that forms a new high. Okay. And so we keep going like that, and we keep forming highs, 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 and so on. So at this point, this is our high, our current high. Then the market decides it's going to go down. We will have seen a sign telling us that it's about to turn and go down. And that sign, we call it a descending or an ascending pattern. What does ascending pattern means? It means that the market is losing momentum, this loss of momentum. Okay, so just like here, when the market was coming down, the market was losing momentum. That's why it turned. Similarly, this market was going up, and then here it will be losing momentum. And as it loses momentum, then what happens? it turns downwards. It's in that turning that now we look for some conditions. Let me erase this. Okay, so as it turns, we are now very concerned about the type of break it will make on the current low. Okay, now again, like I said, we shall have this low and highs that they'll become part of your life. You'll go through them so many times that they'll become part of your life. So we shall be very concerned with how this breaks this current low. Okay, and so it goes down. As it goes down, it comes back to retest it, and then it now starts the trend. So this is in a nutshell. In a nutshell, it is a summary of everything you will learn in this course. But I've given you a summary in one slide so that as we go on, you'll always keep track. You'll always remember this slide, okay, and how we are doing, okay? So having said that, then now I'll go to the next slide. Oh, and by the way, I know it's almost obvious, but you are allowed to ask questions. Okay? So I don't want you to think that because I'm going very quickly, yes, I will ask questions. And a reminder for those who have come late, effective next class, if you come late, you will not be allowed in. Okay, and that is instructions from the team, from the management team. We've decided that this course has to be different. We can't allow people to walk into the class 10 minutes, 5 minutes after class. It is not acceptable. And the slides will only be available to those who attend the class. Otherwise, if you don't attend class, if you start getting late and you're kicked out, then that's it. You will not get the slides. Okay. And so again, this is not a typical college class where you expect to get notes and so on and so on. So you make your own notes. You come to class, you ask questions, you make your own notes. Yes, we'll give you this, whatever we have made. Like here, we only have 4 slides. If those 4 slides will help you, that's fine. But you are responsible for your own material. All right. Next slide. Trends and impulses. So, and like I said, in this class, we will, people are still asking for login. What is wrong? Okay. All right. So this is a very important point to understand. Okay. I was drawing this to show you what an uptrend is and what a downtrend is. So this is an uptrend and this is a downtrend. But when, let me get this pen here. When this trend comes and ends there, or rather, it's not trend, but actually, let's say if this was a candle, okay? So if this candle comes and goes like that, and then there's another candle that comes there next to it, so the series of candles following each other, they form a trend, okay? But the distance from the lowest to the highest point, we call that an impulse, okay? So we can say that is one impulse, okay? Impulse. So this is an impulse going up, okay? Then the market can decide that it wants to start going down, okay, which is fine. It will start going down again, all right? So this, from the time where it starts going down to the point where it reaches at the bottom, we can say that is another impulse downwards, okay? If it goes up like here, wow, people are still coming in. If it was going up like this, and then comes down a little bit, and then goes up again, and then comes down a little bit, and then goes up again, Okay. This from here up to there, we can say is an impulse upwards. Okay. Now, you'll have a chance to ask more questions regarding that. But for now, I'm just telling you like high level what an impulse is, right? And then you have 2 more slides. I think I did that. Ah, okay. Now, I did this very quickly when I was introducing, the topic. But again, most of these are self-explanatory, as you can see. As you can see that if a market is moving up like that, down and so on, the last high point it reaches is called a current high. Okay. The lowest point it reached is called a current low. All right. And if this was on its way up, then this becomes the most recent high. Please note those terminologies because you will need them. You will need them. All right. Now, another different example, but now we have a most recent low. So again here, because the market was going down, 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 this becomes your current high. This becomes your current low. And please note your most recent low is the last low point the market touched. So it sounds a bit obvious, but as you start practicing, all this will become clearer. But again, today being the first day of class, I'm just throwing it out there so you can have an idea that actually is what we call current low and current high. Current low, current high, most recent high, most recent low. And that is why when we talk about the market turning, it's very important to know that the market must have reached or touched the current low. And this is current high. So if this market maybe was going like this, okay, we can say that the market, the fact that it goes here and turns here does not say that we have turned. We only say the market has turned from this direction, from this down direction, when it has touched the current low and has touched, or rather has broken the current high. It must break the current high. Then we can say with confidence that the market has turned or changed direction. That's a better word, changed direction. Similarly, if the market was starting from, I think that was from up, if it was coming from down, okay, it must come from, let's say, if it was coming from down like that, we say that the market has changed direction when it has touched the current high and it has come down and broken the current low. When it has broken the current low, then we say that the market has changed direction. Changed direction. Okay, so I know this is a lot of information to filter through in a few minutes, but that's why we told you guys that this is not for beginners. For beginners, unless you are really, 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 on your toes, you're able to do, catch up. This is going to be a little more on the high side, advanced side. Okay. All right, so then the next or the final slide is on a very, very, very critical, okay, important point. And this is what we call, can you, okay. So the next slide is, okay, the counter trend. What is the counter trend? All right. So I've tried to draw it, but we'll see it better in the charts. We have about 9 minutes before our time is up. Actually, technically our time is up, but because we started late, I'm going to give you, for the benefit of doubt, 10 minutes. So we are done 10 minutes. But effective Wednesday, the classes will be exactly 30 minutes. We start at 9 and the door is closed at 9. So we don't have to repeat. We don't have to go back. Okay. And then by 9:30, we're done. All right. So we have about 9 or 8 more minutes. Now, a counter trend is simply, if you see, look at the thing, the candle I've drawn here. If this is candle 1, okay, 2, 3, if the market was going up, 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 okay, and we say that this candle is reached here, but this one went higher than that, and this one went even higher than that. If the next candle does not go higher than that, like in this case, we call this a counter trend candle. Now that is significant. It will come in very, very handy, okay? So then the next candle starts going down. The next one goes down. And then the next candle, does it go lower? No, it doesn't go lower. Instead, it has gone higher. So this can also be a counter trend candle, okay? So we can say that here there was an impulse going up, then there's an impulse going down, and then this impulse goes up again, okay? So this next candle goes higher than that. This candle goes higher than this. This candle goes higher than this, but this candle fails to go higher than this. Hence, this is a counter trend candle. Now, I know it's like downloading a lot of information, but hey, it's only 5 slides. Apart from the introductory slide, it's only 5 slides. So you have to remember what we've just gone through. And I'm saying this especially for those who either had done this course, rather Forex long time ago, and now are coming back to refresh after some absence. All right, I'm done for now. Time for questions. Today was introductory. I have downloaded a lot of information for you, but now it's time for questions, and we have 6 minutes. So for those who are coming in late, the rules are, I think they even have to go through. Anyway, the rules are you have to be in class at exactly 9 if you want to be in this course. That's number 1. Number 2, you have to, there will be homeworks. I hope I'll be able to do that shortly. You know, you are allowed to miss maximum 2 classes, but with permission. If not, you're in trouble. You get kicked out of the class. Okay. All right. Any questions? If not, I will go ahead and try and share with you a platform that we shall be using, but also share with you what I consider to be the homework for your class. First, any questions before we continue? Speak out, Meshach, if you have a question.
Okay, yes. So I've listened into that presentation, and then so there is the impulse, whether you're going upward or downwards.
Yes.
I just wanted to ask. So basically, when we're having the impulse, can we still say it's same as like a trend?
Yes.
Whether
Yes.
going up or yes.
Yep. Several impulses still make a trend.
Okay.
Yes.
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
We have 4 minutes. If I don't see any questions, I will go ahead and I will look at the homework. Any questions? Okay. July. Okay, you guys can mark July 7th. July 7th, 2020. And was it 2020 or 2021?
2021.
Okay, so this year, July 7th, 2021. So what I will do, we have 3 minutes here. Okay, I'll see if I can quickly go to it and share. Wow. Okay. So people who are coming in late, this is your...
It's 12th July.
It's July.
12th to 16th July. Basically, that week from 12th.
Okay, but it's on which pair?
AUD USD from 12th July.
Okay. All right, I am working on it. AUD USD, 12th July. So this is the new platform that I've been talking about. Okay, and this new platform is called Trading View. So I've opened the Trading View, and then I will try and move to 12th of July. So you can click on that. Ask me if I want to move. The answer is yes. Okay, so I come to 12th of July. You can change that month. Okay, I have 1.5 minutes. This is not good. 1.5 minutes. Some people are coming in now. Okay, 12th of July. So this is October, December. Oh, July. So this new platform allows you to jump to whatever place you want. Like now I've jumped to July. Okay. I think this might be an exception today. I may have to restart rather log in people again. So this is the platform, July 12th, right? So 12th.
Please, coach, just hold on. Who's logged in as iPhone? Somebody is logged in as iPhone.
iPhone. Can you identify yourself?
We are about to be shut out. I guess we should now just get
maybe let me just rename Collins Owekia.
Oh, okay. That's Collins?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
Coach, we are about to be kicked out. Communicate what next.
Okay. So guys, because we started late and now we're running a bit late, I was going to show you something. So I'll ask you guys to get out, or rather, don't have to get out. I'll just stop it, and then you can log in. I'm going to show you the homework. All right. So this will end right now.